The World War D conference was all about educating people and alerting them to the idea that there is no passive way through the GFC Mark II. However, there are active ways through it. If you learn new skills, then you can position yourself to take advantage of all those things. If you don't change the way you earn some or all of your income, then you've got to start thinking whether your financial future is all that rosy. We have perfect timing listening to all the media go on about what politicians will or will not do, and none of it is rosy. It doesn't matter if half is true or a quarter is true, none of it is rosy. It all has pain associated with it in some way, shape or form. In addition to the global financial crisis Mark II, globalization and new technology are negatively impacting top, middle and lower wage earners. It's interesting that while productivity has been going up since 1978, wages have remained flat. Shouldn't we be able to participate in greater wage growth if productivity is going up? Wage earners are not enjoying the benefits of increased production, but entrepreneurs are. Economist and management specialist Erik Brynjolfsson says the reason for these changes is that productivity and income have become decoupled, separated from median income. Productivity is going up, but median income has remained flat. Median income and employment have stopped growing and started to stagnate. Over the last 30 years, the share of wages in national income has been falling. Wage stagnation and rapid change are moving out of blue-collar territory and into white-collar territory, or what we call the middle class. Computers and machines are moving into jobs that were once thought impossible to automate. With creativity and inventions of new technology, society is in the middle of an employment transformation, going from people to machines. It's really, really important to start thinking about what actually happens to all those people that lose their jobs, or will lose their jobs. Where do they go? Banks are shedding staff, airlines are shedding staff, newspapers are shedding staff, and so the journalists go on strike. You think about the car manufacturers, well, they're all going, or in the process of going. Erik has a good presentation on TED, and in his brilliant book, The Second Machine Age, he argues that the first machine age, or what we call the Industrial Revolution, eliminated the limits of human and animal muscle power. So before that, we had to put the plough behind the horse, or do things with our own bodies. Mechanization allows physical work to be done more successfully with mass production. The second machine age is focusing on technologies and things that expand the brain's capacity in order to eliminate the limitations of our own mind. Computers are not just getting faster, they are accelerating what they can do, and you can see this everywhere. Just about everywhere you go, you see the absence of the worker, with the machines doing everything. Trains are driverless. Even with washing your hands, you don't have to pump the soap dispenser, turn on a tap or dry your hands. It's all done for you. All you do is present your hands and the machines do everything. There is a supercomputer called Watson, which was started in 1999 with the aim of playing the TV game show Jeopardy. Watson wasn't able to beat the world champions until 2008. By 2024, it is estimated that 25% of all cars on the road will be driverless. Just look at Google's driverless car that has been driving all over the US without accident. It just keeps getting more refined, and soon it'll be available to the public. All you do is get in, say your destination, and away you go. Opportunities to replace workers with machines are rocketing to new levels. If you understand what's happening in northern Western Australia, there are whole mine sites now operated by machines, controlled by screens and joysticks in Perth. Think about all the drones we keep hearing about. In the past, you wouldn't think of planes without a pilot. But now, they're used in the military, in border protection, by private detectives and the media. Just about anyone that wants to peer into your lifestyle. Machines can not only understand spoken instructions, they can also carry out the commands. They now do medical diagnosis that was once only done by doctors. If you're a Star Trek fan, it's all coming true. The holodeck is here. Just speak into the tricorder, scan, 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 and here is the diagnosis. Machines scan and write news stories for reporters who don't have time anymore. The bots go out at night, scan the internet, and lift the stories. Then the reporters come in the morning and put the name to it. Hey presto. If you watch Media Watch, you'll understand why so many journalists are getting done for plagiarism, because the bots don't know what they're lifting. Then the journos get found out. The employment to population ratio is lower than it has ever been, and the median income is lower than what it was just a few decades ago. Productivity is going up, but wages are stagnating. The real challenge in the second machine age is the speed of technological change and the deterioration of wage earners. Wages are going down, even in China, which is losing jobs faster than most Western countries. They have 20 million fewer jobs than just a couple of decades ago. We are shaping our world faster than we can shape ourselves and applying to the present the habits of the past. That's a really interesting quote, because it is so true. The thing is, it was said by Sir Winston Churchill about 6 decades ago. Since he said that, the rate of change through social forces, economic forces, and technological forces has quadrupled, and yet it still rings true. The world's leading politicians and social commentators are quickly realizing that the cost to the individual, the cost to the nation, the cost to industry of being unprepared for these changes is rocketing inequality. That's their words. If you don't change, you'll be one of the people fairly squarely becoming a statistic in rocketing inequality. They see inequality as the most critical problem leading into the future. Stay tuned for why a change in thinking is important. Until then, it's bye from me.